I want to say Happy New Year to you, anywhere you are watching me from all over the world. A new year, and a new year system is a new resolution. Many people will have written resolution now. What you want to become, what you want to do, what you want to do this, what you want to do that. Thank God you have that sheet of paper. Some of you have dictionary. You have already written a lot of things. Some did not even write anything. What they just did is to go before the Lord and ask God what He wants and appreciate Him for the upcoming blessing ahead. For those people that have that kind of faith, I appreciate you. And for those people that are still in the mode of following your so called pastor to write your New Year resolution of 40 requests in a particular books, that you'll be opening it and say, oh God, you must do this for me. Remember, you are the one that doing this thing yourself. No, you are the one that put down this list yourself. And I look at those lists are just prayer lists. It's a prayer request list, not resolution. Resolution is my attitude. Last year, how will I make it better this year? Oh my God. My business last year, how will I make it better this year? That is what the true New Year resolutions all about. Now, when you have 50, 70, 100 list of dangerous prayers, and you are saying that these prayers are your resolution, you are definitely deceiving yourself. But when you say that these prayers, you have already listed it and you say, God, if you don't answer me on this prayer request, I don't think I will serve you again. You are also doing the wrong thing. See, God is not mocked. You cannot mock him. Whatever a man soweth, the man reaps. This January 1, and I want to tell you this day, as I'm talking about, some people have started committing sin. And these people that have committed this heroic, the particular sin that can lead to them having disease, can lead to them having sudden death, they started a journey after they have forgotten that at same 12 o'clock they said, Happy New Year, they've already begged God that these are what I need, these are what I want you to supply. I know money should be among. I need more money. And the orientation is that I will get this money so that I will womanize very well. And they finish the prayer, they reach home, they are still praising God, they are still appreciating God to their own satisfaction, knowing maybe God will answer it or not. They continue to appreciate Him, they do their own. But all of a sudden, they look at their account that they had before in the previous year, that is 2025, they still have the account in the bank. They pick on the ATM, they deduct this money, and they went to commit adultery. They are still committing fornication. They are still going back to their old way of life. And you call that one resolution. Now, when you come back, and the first Sunday you went to go and give thanks to God, oh my God, how do you think you can see how religious has already turned to another thing? Now they come to that, they will now go to church, they will praise God, appreciate Him, and still remind God, I have done resolution. Don't forget, I am bringing my best offering, first fruits to bribe God. You must do this for me. If you are not doing it for me, I think you are not a God. You are not serve. You cannot answer my prayer again. I'm speaking like those people that have already seen some of the things people passed through in 2023, 2024, and 2025 that we finished. Some even said that all his requests, all what he told God that God should do for him, God did not do a single dime. And he was saying that one to my hearings on December 17th. I said, when do you tell God? I said, I told God January 1, 2025. And God did not do anything. Say yes. Are you the one that tell God, or God told you that he will do it? He said, when they said we should make resolution, I make the resolution. I made my own resolution. This is what I want, God. This is what I want, God. I say, I clap for him. I say, no. You have turned yourself to a soldier. You say, I'm a soldier of the Lord now. I'm a soldier of Christ. I say, no. A commander commanding the commander of the army of heaven. You are the commander now. Now you are now commanding the army of heaven. What you want army of heaven to do for you by force. Oh, you don't, things are not done that way. Things are not done that way. That's why all human beings has their own will. You have your will, God cannot tamper with your will. But have you done the will of him? He said, I have been doing the will of God. I said, tell me some of the will of God. I said, I've come to church. I pray regularly. I pay my tithes regularly. I do this, I do that. So, what is the will of God that I did not do? That you just tell me. Do you commit sin? Say yes, I used to commit sin, but I used to tell God to forgive me on a daily basis, and I know that He has forgiven me. I say, fine. Once you know that He has forgiven you, how deep are you with the fellowship with Him? He said, fellowship, what am I going to do with that? I always go to church. I've told you, I say, do you have a strong relationship, fellowship with Him? That was what Jesus Christ came to this world to tell us. Ó ní ìfẹ́ tìrẹ ni ká ṣe ní ayé bí wọ́n ti ń ṣe ní ọ̀run. Means your will should be done on earth as we have doing it in heaven. Means as the heaven are doing the will of God, so also we need to do the will of God. He said, how? Let God himself put honey into every of your requests. And the prayer will change. That anytime you cross to another year, that was what I was telling him. I said, one thing that you should do is that get honey. So when you get the honey, pour the honey on the floor, just like the cover of any honey that you have, the cover of the bottle, just put two on the floor. March on it, barefooted, not with any shoe, no, barefooted. You know, the honey is under your feet now, and you say, Lord, this year resolution that I have with me, if it is 2, if it is 3, if it is 4, tell God, Lord, as this honey that I march on is sweet, let the transformation of sweetness speak into my resolution and let it come to reality. Say, is that so? He said, that is it. And I gave him that one single prayer point. I said, you can develop a lot of prayer points, but let everything center around the sweetness of that honey. And by the time you do that, fine, you will have testimony. Things will go on fine. You will see that 2026 will not be like 2025. So when you hear something like about this, if you really want to do it also, you can go ahead and do what I said I told the man that is you should do. If you want to do it, fine. It's never too late. Once it's still January 1 to around January 7, you can still do it. From day 1 to day 7, you can still do it using the power of honey. When you pour it on the floor, you don't need to pour. I say you just get the bottle the bottle, open it, then the cover, just one cover on the floor, one cover full on the floor, making 2 cover full. Pour it on the floor, then match it with your barefooted. I said because this honey is sweet, and God, you are the one that know how you put the sweetness inside the honey. Therefore, As it's not hard for honey to be sweet, every of my requests in this resolution, let it mix with your sweetness. Have an hand with it, because anything God is involved in is always a reality. If you don't involve God in anything that you are doing, bí kò bá ṣe pé Olúwa kọ́ ilé náà, àwọn olùkọ́ àwọn tí ń kọ́ wọ́n ń ṣe lásán ni. Bí kò bá ṣe pé Olúwa pa ìlú náà mọ́, ó ní àwọn olùṣọ́ ọbẹ̀ wọ́n kàn ń jí lásán ni. Means wọ́n á máa sùn lóòótọ́, wọ́n á kàn máa jí lásán. They will be sleeping fine, and they will just be waking up normal because they are just doing their thing as they like.